Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tickers, your one-stop shop to figure out what's actually happening in these earnings calls.
Yeah.
Today we are diving deep into Nordstrom's Q3 2024 report, and man, are they shaking things up.
Definitely interesting stuff here. The retail sector has been facing some headwinds.
Oh, for sure.
But Nordstrom is on a total winning streak. 4 quarters in a row.
Really?
Positive net sales growth. That's got to be impressive.
Okay, I'm intrigued now. What's driving this growth? Is it people finally splurging, or is there something more to it?
It's kind of a mix, actually. So both Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack, they're seeing a 4% comparable sales growth across the board.
So that means...
Which means their offerings are strong.
That's interesting, especially because comparable sales growth.
Yeah.
It's measuring sales in stores that have been open at least a year.
Right.
It gives us a real look at how they're actually doing.
So it's not just new stores.
Exactly.
They're actually doing well in the stores that they've already had.
Right.
But let's be real, online shopping is huge.
It's everything. How is Nordstrom doing online?
They're crushing it, actually. Digital sales are up over 6%.
Wow.
That's 6 quarters in a row of improvement.
Wow.
So they're not just reacting to online shopping, they're investing in it.
Yeah.
The website, the app, especially for anything under $100.
Oh, smart.
They've made some serious upgrades, making the whole experience so much smoother.
So they're getting both the people in the store and the people hunting for deals online.
That's the idea.
Smart. Very smart. Now, what about Nordstrom Rack? I haven't heard much about them.
Oh, Nordstrom Rack is having a moment.
What do you mean?
Double-digit top-line growth.
That's amazing.
Right. They're all about offering big brands at great prices.
I like that.
And they're opening new Rack stores in all the right places.
Makes sense.
Expanding what they have online. Even launched buy online pickup in store.
Oh, wow. Convenient.
Exactly. So they're growing online, offline, off price.
Sounds like they're doing everything right. What's the catch?
Well, one thing to watch is inventory management. Their inventory grew 6% year over year, a little more than they wanted.
Is that bad?
It can be. Nordstrom says the inventory is good quality.
Okay.
But the increase is mostly to support the new Rack stores and all the online expansion.
So that makes sense.
It does. But it's something we need to keep an eye on.
Especially with the holidays coming up.
Exactly, because if they don't sell those sweaters,
Yeah.
markdowns could hurt their profits.
Makes sense. So what's Nordstrom's plan for the holidays?
Oh, they're going all out. They want to give customers the best experience possible.
Wow.
Think tons of different products, fun events, easy ways to shop and ship.
Like what kind of events?
They're doing Santa snow shows at their flagship store.
Oh, fun.
And a weekend brunch series. It's going to be festive.
That's cool. But they did mention a sales slowdown in late October.
They did.
Should we be worried?
It's worth thinking about. The holiday season is shorter this year.
Really?
Yeah. 5 fewer shopping days between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Wow.
And the economy's a little shaky right now, so everyone's being careful. I think they're taking a smart approach.
Cautious optimism.
I like that.
Let's move on to brands.
Ah.
What's their strategy with all the high-end names they carry?
They're doubling down on what they call their best brands, the ones their core customers love.
So the ones that really represent what Nordstrom is all about.
Exactly. It's all about a focused and better shopping experience.
So not just any brand.
Right. Names like Vince Veronica Beard, On Running HOK of Worry.
Those are some popular brands.
Stylish, sought after, everything their target customer wants.
So it's more than just being a department store?
Yeah. It's about creating a whole brand experience.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about their own brands? How are those doing?
They're doing incredibly well. Double-digit growth for brands like Nordstrom Zella Open Edit.
So they're hitting that sweet spot of quality, style, and affordability.
Exactly.
It's like they're appealing to both the luxury shopper and the value-conscious customer all at once.
It's a tough balance.
It is. Now, this is Talk Tickers. We don't just analyze, we speculate. It's time for our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
I was waiting for this.
Ready for a maybe parable, but definitely entertaining trade idea based on Nordstrom's performance.
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
Okay, so Nordstrom is opening a ton of new Rack stores, right?
Yeah.
I say we invest in moving companies.
Moving companies.
Think about it. They need to get all that merchandise to the new stores.
That's a unique take.
Moving companies.
Yeah.
The unsung heroes of retail expansion.
I wouldn't recommend basing your whole investment strategy on that.
Okay, maybe not the best financial advice,
Uh-huh.
but it's all in good fun, right?
Yeah, of course. But your focus on Nordstrom Rack does bring up a good question.
Oh,
How does their expansion plan affect their long-term growth?
interesting point. So we've dived deep, analyzed, speculated, and had some fun along the way.
That's what we do here at Talk Tickers. Stay tuned for more as we keep breaking down this Nordstrom earnings call.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers.
No.
Well, we're breaking down this Nordstrom earnings call. We left off talking about customer experience. Nordstrom made it clear that's a top priority for them.
For sure. They want to meet customers wherever they are.
Online, in-store.
Everywhere. But what are they actually doing to make that experience so great?
That's the question.
Well, one big thing is speed and efficiency.
Okay.
Getting online orders out faster, making returns easier.
So it's about convenience.
It is, but it also helps their bottom line.
Really?
Faster returns means they get inventory back quicker.
Oh, okay.
Things get back on the shelves, maybe even sold at full price sooner.
So it's win-win.
Exactly. Efficient and profitable.
Smart. But how does this connect with their inventory management, especially with that 6% increase?
Good point. Their inventory accuracy is key for things like buy online, pick up in store.
Yeah, especially at Nordstrom Rack.
They need to know exactly what they have so those services work smoothly.
Because nothing's worse than going to pick up an order and it's not there.
Right. Super frustrating.
And it makes you not want to shop there again.
Totally. It's all about trust and keeping customers coming back.
Okay, so back to that 6% inventory increase. We talked about why that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
explain that a bit more? Why is too much inventory a bad thing?
It comes down to supply and demand. If a store has too much stuff, especially seasonal things.
They have to lower the prices.
Exactly. Markdowns hurt profits.
And then that money's tied up.
Right. Money that could be used for something else.
So how does Nordstrom feel about their inventory?
They're confident. It's good quality stuff. They're being strategic about what they buy.
Okay, but what about their holiday strategy? Especially with that sales slowdown in October.
Good question. They're still all about that festive shopping experience.
So gift guides.
Yeah, better online stuff, convenient services, the works.
And those special events.
Right, the Santa shows, the brunches. They're going for it.
But are they worried about the slowdown and the shorter holiday season?
They know it's a challenge, but they're confident in their plan.
So still expecting growth?
Yes, but maybe a bit more cautious than before.
Makes sense. Let's switch gears to brand strategy. Nordstrom is known for their curated selection of brands.
Yeah, they're focusing on what they do best.
So what's the thinking behind that?
Instead of trying to be everything to everyone,
Okay.
they're focusing on those best brands. The ones that perform well.
The ones their customers really love.
Exactly. And the ones that really represent Nordstrom.
So it's about a more focused shopping experience.
Yeah, quality over quantity.
Can you give some examples of these best brands?
Absolutely. We're talking Vince Veronica Beard on running H.Echo Vawari.
I've heard of those.
All popular stylish brands, what Nordstrom's customers want.
So it's about appealing to a specific customer.
Right. Creating that sense of exclusivity.
But what about their own brands? Where do those fit in?
Nordstrom's private label brands are doing great.
Like Nordstrom Zella, Open Edit?
Double-digit growth for those.
They're definitely appealing to the value-conscious shopper.
Exactly. Quality and style at a good price.
So they're doing both curated, high-end brands and their own more affordable options.
It's a balancing act.
But it seems to be working.
It does. They're catering to different shoppers while staying true to their style.
Very smart. Now, they didn't talk about it directly, but data must play a huge role in all this.
Absolutely. Data is king in retail these days.
I can imagine.
Nordstrom is using data for everything. Inventory decisions, what to sell, even marketing.
Wow.
They're figuring out what customers want, how they shop, even how they respond to ads.
So it's all about personalization.
Yeah, making the shopping experience better and making more sales.
So they're using data to stay ahead of the game.
Exactly. It's a competitive market out there.
Sounds like Nordstrom's doing a lot. They're dealing with some challenges for sure.
Like that shorter holiday season and the uncertain economy.
Yeah, but they seem to be managing it.
They're executing their plan well and still growing.
Before we move on, any other thoughts on this Nordstrom report? Anything that really stood out?
I think the big takeaway is that Nordstrom is more than just a retailer.
What do you mean?
They're building a brand. They're carefully creating a specific image and experience.
And they're doing it well.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to connect with customers.
Like you're buying into a lifestyle.
Yeah, an aspiration. And that helps them stand out from the crowd.
Good point. Okay, let's recap what we've learned before we get to our final segment. All right, listeners, welcome back to Talk Tickers. We're wrapping up our Nordstrom deep dive today.
Time for some final thoughts.
Before we go, we need to talk about Nordstrom's approach to selling things.
Yeah, how they're presenting their products in stores and online.
Exactly. So in their stores, what's the strategy?
In store, they're all about curation.
Okay.
Showcasing those best brands, Vince Veronica Beard, those names we talked about.
Yeah.
It's about quality and making the shopping experience feel special.
So it's like they're turning their stores into showrooms.
Yeah, a curated collection of the best stuff.
Makes sense. But what about online? Is it the same?
Online, they're doing things a bit differently.
How so?
It's all about choice online.
Oh, interesting.
They added over 30,000 new items to NordstromRack.com.
Wow, that's a lot.
So online shoppers have way more to choose from.
So they're recognizing that online shoppers want different things.
Exactly.
Like in-store, you want that curated experience, but online, you might want to just browse everything.
Right. Different shoppers, different needs.
Now, this brings up the question of brand versus price. Especially with all the competition in the off-price world.
They're definitely walking a fine line there.
So how are they managing that?
Nordstrom said they lead with the brand,
Okay.
but price is a close second. They're hoping that people will pay a little more for quality and a good name.
So they're not just trying to be the cheapest.
No, they're betting on brand loyalty and a good shopping experience.
A gamble, though.
It is, especially
Yeah.
with so many other off-price stores focusing on discounts.
You think it'll work?
Well, Nordstrom Rack is seeing double-digit growth,
That's true.
so it's working for now. But who knows what the future holds?
The market is always changing.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to bring up data again.
Oh, yeah, it's a big deal.
Nordstrom didn't talk about it specifically, but they're definitely using it.
They have to. They're analyzing customer data shopping habits, even responses to their marketing.
That's smart.
They're using that data to improve everything.
This is a data-driven approach to retail.
Exactly, and it seems to be working.
Okay, enough about data. It's time for the fun part, our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
Here we go.
Are you ready for another crazy trade idea?
Always. Hit me with it.
So Nordstrom is all about sustainability, right?
They are reducing their environmental impact.
So I say we invest in companies that recycle designer handbags.
Recycle designer handbags.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Nordstrom wants to be sustainable. People are getting rid of old bags.
I mean, it's creative.
It's the future of fashion.
Maybe not the best investment strategy, though.
Yeah, maybe not, but
Yeah.
hey, it was worth a shot.
Of course. That's what we do here at Talk Tickers. We analyze, we speculate, and we have a good time.
Exactly. We're your guide to the world of earnings calls.
Breaking it all down with a little bit of fun.
And remember, listeners, this is not financial advice.
Do your own research. Talk to a professional.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of publicly traded companies.
Until then, happy investing.
See you next time.